You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle in the building with another hot 5 in 5. Listen, it was so much going on this weekend in sports. All I can do is give you the highlights. The Chicago Sky did their thing. The Chicago Bulls were amazing. Look, the Tyson Fury fight. Wilder Fury. Ooh. And by the way, did you happen to see the Bears game? Look, it's so much going on that all I can do is give you the highlights. And we still got to talk about Monday Night Football, Ravens versus Colts. It's so much to talk about it. Let's go.
Yeah! Phoenix in the finals for the first time since 2014. Vandersloot stops on a dime. Dolson from deep connects on a 3.
Turnovers, forgetting the scout, not rebounded. She admitted, yes, Holly, the fatigue is setting in, but she said they're really tired, but there's no excuse. It's the finals. We have to dig deep.
With Turner switched on her, shot clock fading, Quigley taking, no, Copper the offensive rebound, the putback and the foul. Kalia Copper.
He makes winning plays, and this is a winning play right here, getting on the inside, getting up. We've seen her elevate to go.
5 seconds left in the quarter. Parker on Taurasi, loses her and lays it in. And that'll do it for the third. Big bucket from Parker.
How would I sum it up? I can't even sum it up in words, I honestly can't, I could try. I'm just pleased that it's all finished and done with. Hopefully that is the end of Deontay Wilder and all his excuses and his problems, and hopefully he settles and accepts the fact that he was a beaten man tonight.
Well, Liam Hendricks, you were last in a relay race there. 5 relief pitchers getting the last 16 outs. What does this say about the Chicago bullpen that you can do that at any time but facing elimination?
Yeah, I mean, that's what one of our strengths was coming in spring training, and we added to it with Kimbrel and Tep. Yeah, we got a great group of guys out there, and unfortunately we didn't have quite the season we wanted to out there, but this is where it matters. I mean, everything else is forgotten depending on how you do in the playoffs, and they did a hell of a job today. Obviously, Bummer took the gauntlet. He's got that now to strike out the side, and now the rest of the bullpen has to work on getting that back. How much do you think the crowd, the atmosphere here at Guaranteed Rate Field factored into this game? Oh, without a doubt. I mean, obviously the blackout crowd was fantastic. I mean, they've been a great crowd no matter what the situation has been this year. They've been fantastic ever since we let 100% capacity in. They've been behind us all the way, and it's awesome. I mean, after Lurie's homer earlier, I think they wasted about $1,000 worth of beer throwing them up in the stands. So they're excited to be here, and hopefully we can draw a crowd tomorrow and we can send them home happy. And finally, you're still down in the series, but do you feel like you have grabbed the momentum in the series? Yeah, I think anything with a kind of an inexperienced team that hasn't had the playoffs in front of fans before, this is obviously a huge one to get that first one out of the way, and then we can run with it a little bit. Now we got the momentum on our side, and hopefully we go out here tomorrow and we finish it in 5 and Sox in 5. Thanks, Liam. We'll see you in Game 4. Appreciate it, guys. Sox in 5. Sox in 5.
Let's talk about we talked about the rookie quarterback. We talked about him taking that hit in the back on that first, I think it was the first third down, they ran a quarterback draw. When a quarterback is tough now, when he's fighting through stuff, that people will start going now, and I think some of that, you're seeing them following Justin Fields, and he's showing his toughness, and he's in there, and you said, Cap, he got hit and rolled and said, right?
On the touchdown pass to Horsted,
right?
He's like,
yeah,
I'm like, he's okay. He's back.
That's contagious, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the young kids at Loyola call it drip, so I can use that word, right? We're getting a little low.
His kid sits at home right now like, Dad, stop.
Top of the screen, here comes Mack beating Brandon Parker. Look at that bend underneath of Parker. Almost unimpeded, even though Parker was in front of him. That elite bend and speed off the edge. Khalil Mack once again bags the quarterback and stops a two-point conversion.
Well, Justin, just your second road start. Challenging environment, really aggressive. Well, Justin, just your second road start. Challenging environment, really aggressive defense. What was required to get this win?
Yeah, you know, I think executing on all three phases, you know, defense, offense, and special teams, and just playing through 4 quarters. You know this team was good, you know, in the second half, so just finishing out the game.
We saw you take that shot to the back and the ribs. You had to leave for a few plays with that leg injury. How physically challenging and taxing was this game for you?
I took a few shots today, but I battled through it, so I'm just going to, you know, recover this week and get ready for next week.
What do you want to take personally from this game as you continue to develop as the starting quarterback for the Bears?
Just keep building. Just keep going on this momentum and continue to get better each and every week.
What's the potential of this offense when the running game is as effective as it was in this one?
Yeah, I mean, when the running game is going like this, you know, we can do a lot of things on offense. So hopefully we can keep that going and, you know, keep winning games.
You enjoying yourself?
I am, a lot. So having fun out here.
Enjoy that locker room. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate you.
It is great to have Lisa Salters live from M&T Bank Stadium. Lisa, welcome. Thank you. Lamar Jackson is 24 years old. He is 33-8 as a starter, and he can tie Dan Marino's NFL record tonight for most wins by a quarterback before the age of 25. But there are still critics wondering, is this guy legit? Yeah. How do Lamar and Coach John Harbaugh react to that sort of thing?
Yeah, Max, you're absolutely right. Lamar Jackson seems to perpetually be needing to prove something. And the noise this season was that the league had somehow figured him out and that he can't beat you with his arm. John Harbaugh told us that kind of criticism isn't only wrong, it's insulting. Harbaugh said only one quarterback doesn't fall short of the goal every season, and that's the guy who wins the Super Bowl. So why should Lamar Jackson be considered any less of a quarterback after his playoff loss last season than, say, Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes after theirs? Harbaugh asked, has the league figured those guys out too? And Harbaugh also said that Jackson has improved. He still leads the team in rushing yards, but a career-high 87% of Jackson's passes this season have come from the pocket. Harbaugh said, yes, Lamar is definitely evolving and growing and throwing the ball more consistently this season. But he said that kind of growth is true with every young quarterback who works as hard as number 8.
Ultimately, what he's been doing is operating very highly from the pocket. And I think that elevates this team and take them to another level. And it says so much about Lamar based on the current running back situation with all of the injuries that he's been able to step his game up in that regard. So that's what I'm looking forward to tonight, to see if he's still going to be explosive with his arm, be able to push the ball down the field to Hollywood, get Mark Andrews involved, use multiple weapons throughout this game, but also use some of that Lamar magic to get a dub against Indianapolis. I'm so excited about how he's throwing the ball from the pocket right now, because that's the only part of his game. Once that starts to come, he really does become unstoppable.
Remember to look for our exclusive interview with Coach Angela Hamblin-Blakely from the region. You know who only does it the way we do it, which is the Sizzle, right here on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports.